Basil's waiting for Jack to get home, and he is sat out on the patio staring at the gate. Have you ever seen a dog that loves their dad that much? Oh my goodness. He can hear me talking. Hi, monkey. You waiting for daddy? He's not home yet. He'll be back soon. Why don't you come inside? Anyway, hello. Welcome back to a new vlog. I am starting this vlog in the evening because today has been a whirlwind of a day. I don't know where the time has gone and it's just flown by. So I am making dinner right now, which you can probably hear in the background. So I am making chicken satay, which is one of our favourites, but we are having it with noodles and loads of vegetables from the garden. So in here I have cut up courgette, Swiss chard, carrots, we've got some broccoli, so I'm just frying this off in some olive oil. And then I've also got lots of Swiss chard and some beetroot leaves in here as well. I've also finely chopped some spring onion and parsley, and then I've got my peanut satay mix here, which I will make a little bit runnier than usual so it can work nicely with the noodles. I've also got a couple of chicken breasts, and I picked up this today, this chicken seasoning, Just Spices, so I thought I would give that a go. So I've just popped that on, and I'm going to pop this in the oven because I just prefer it when it's cooked in the oven compared to pan frying it. Next step is to shred the chicken. I've just poured the juices and the chicken breasts into my pan, and then I'm literally just pulling it apart. It's so soft and lovely, so it pulls apart really easily, and then I just mix that in to my vegetables that are now super nice and soft. And then all I need to do is cook my noodles and pour on the sauce. Also, that chicken seasoning smells incredible, so excited to see how it tastes. These are the noodles that I'm using, and I've just popped a couple of nests in some water that is on a very low heat just to soften these up, but I don't want them to get too soft. Once these are done, I will just pop them straight into my stir fry mix here, and then use the boiling water in here to create a nice liquid with my peanut satay and mix it all together. And that is our finished stir fry. I just topped it with the spring onion, parsley and sesame seeds. I cannot wait to eat this. Good morning, it is a new day. It's Thursday today, and I didn't vlog yesterday because it was the first day of my cycle and I was feeling pretty wiped out. But we're back in business today, and I've got quite a busy day of lots of bits and bobs to do at home. But I'm getting my hair done, which was a bit of a last minute decision. Wasn't planning on getting my hair done today, but I have been thinking for a while that I've got to the point with my hair. I think I last got my hair done in February, and I find with my hair I only need to get it done like twice a year, usually in the winter and in the summer, and that's kind of it. And I've got to that point now where I really feel like I need a haircut, I need my face framing layers done, and I just want a refresh, to be honest. We've got quite a few things coming up for the end of the summer, so I would quite like to have it done for that. And I messaged Georgie and asked if she had any appointments coming up throughout the rest of the summer, and luckily she had a cancellation today. I literally messaged her yesterday, so luck was on my side and I'm going this afternoon, which is so good, and I'm really excited because I am one of those people that once I get something in my mind that I want to do, I just want to do it straight away. So I had a feeling I would have to wait till maybe like end of August or September because she's usually super busy, but I'm going today, so I'm really excited. It won't be a dramatic change, but I just feel like I need quite a bit taken off the ends. My hair has got really, really long, and it just, when it's long, it just feels too heavy and I can't really style it how I want. So going to get a good bit cut off the ends, get all my nice face framing layers back in, and probably have a bit of a colour refresh as well. Nothing too crazy because I'm quite liking my balayage being a little bit darker and more grown out. So I'm going to mention that to her and see what she says. I've also been doing my makeup slightly different. I mean, not drastically different, but I've just been applying, as you would have just seen, my concealer and kind of contour stick bronzer at the same time and like blending it all in together, and I really love how it looks. Sometimes I go back in and just add a little bit more of the bronzing stick just to warm up my cheekbones and sculpt them a little bit more. But on my skin today, I've just got the Merit Great Skin Glow Serum, which I'm loving. My skin feels a little bit dry this week. And then the Minimalist Stick and the Bronzing Stick, which I just love. I've got the Minimalist Stick in the shade Ecru and the Bronzing Stick in the shade Scene. So I'll leave those linked below. Also, if you're on the hunt for a new serum, I've been using this one, Vichy Collagen Specialist 16 serum at the moment, and I've been using this for a good couple of months now, and I always like to try something, especially beauty products. I like to try them for a while and then share them to give like an honest review, and I always think I want to, I don't know, I just want to try something before I tell you about it. And I am absolutely loving this. My skin hasn't felt this good in a really long time. It feels so bouncy and supple, so I will be repurchasing this. It's also just a drugstore skincare brand, which I think is brilliant. So anyway, I'm going to carry on getting ready. I did actually wash my hair this morning, which I don't usually do before the hairdressers because they wash it again. But I really needed to wash it and I couldn't give Georgie my greasy hair. So I've just done a very quick wash and I'm just going to let it air dry, and then she can work her magic later. I am so looking forward to it. I think it's going to make styling my hair so much better because it just at the moment feels like one big mop of long hair and I can't really do anything with it. Right, I'm outside in the garden with my smoothie. I don't know if you could tell by the video, but this is raspberries, protein powder, matcha, ice and water. And this tastes delicious. It's so thick and creamy from all the ice. I didn't have any bananas, so we went with raspberries and I'm loving it. So I have a little bit of tidying up to do in the vegetable garden this morning before I head out. So what I need to do is take out these nasturtiums because they are absolutely crawling with black fly. They don't look that bad right now. You can kind of see little bits here and there, but last night I came out here and I could not believe the amount. They were literally, the whole thing was covered, and I just think they've gone over a little bit, so I'm going to really thin these out. Probably some of them will still be okay. Like there's quite a lot of new growth on this one over here, so I'm just going to thin out all of the dead bits and take those all out. Broccolis are doing well, still no caterpillars, which is really good, but this needs a really big tidy up because I have let so much broccoli go to seed. As you can see, look at the size of this tender stem. So I'm going to just go through this and take anything off that's gone to seed and put it in the compost, and then harvest all of the broccoli that's ready to go and pop these in some freezer bags. I also need to cut up some courgettes that we've got inside and pop those in some freezer bags as well. So this truck is for the compost. You can see I've just let this broccoli grow for too long and it's gone to seed. I also just took off a couple of really old leaves, and then this one is ready to wash and put in the freezer. We've also had the first sign of raspberries. This is an autumn raspberry bush, so the first sign of raspberries is here, and there's a few more coming here too, which is very exciting. The dahlia beds are thriving, and this little trio here is my absolute favourite. Look at the colours in there. I honestly think these are like my favourite colours. I think this is going to inspire my little bathroom project that I'm currently planning. I've just been putting so much washing away. You know when you let your clean washing build up, and I honestly had like 3 baskets full of washing to put away. Basically Jack's wardrobe was empty, so I've done that now, and I saw my book on the floor next to the bed and I thought, I'm pretty sure I haven't told you about this. I don't think I told you I was reading it either, but I finished this book. It didn't take me long to finish at all. I picked it up at the train station when I was on my way back from Josie's house. It was quite high in the charts. I think it was in W.H. Smith that I picked it up. It's Lucy Foley, The Midnight Feast, and I was just very drawn to it. To be honest, the thing that drew me to this book is Tom Hindle's quote on the front that says, Agatha Christie meets the White Lotus. And I have just finally finished watching the new season of White Lotus. And I thought, ooh, I'm really intrigued what that means. I want to find out for myself. And I think this book is really, really good. I think it's a really intriguing read. It's very intertwined and there's lots of different perspectives, which I really enjoy in a book. It follows quite a few different people's narrative of the same story, and there's lots of different perspectives of that. There's lots of underlying stories and hidden things intertwined throughout the whole book, and the ending for me was very, very good. I was really on the edge of the bed when I was finishing it, and I've been really trying actually to, instead of sitting on my phone and scrolling, which I tend to do if I put my laptop down and finish working and I'm waiting for Jack to get home before I start the dinner, I usually just scroll on my phone. Sometimes I'm not really watching like TikToks or Instagram. I'm looking on Pinterest and like making boards and writing notes and planning things, and I end up just staring at screens all the time because that is a big part of my job, is being on my laptop and on my phone. So instead I am reading my book, and it's been really good for me because I think it's allowing me to unwind a little bit better, and my brain just feels a lot quieter. Sometimes I have a tendency to start thinking up all these really big ideas and plan videos and things that I really want to do in the evening, and it's not really a good thing to do when you're about to unwind to try and go to sleep. So anyway, I really recommend this book. I think it is a great read, and although it's kind of like a murder mystery, there's a lot more to it. So if you're looking for a new book, I really recommend this. I'll leave it linked below. So I'm on to my next book now, which is one of the ones I picked up at Waterstones a good few weeks ago now. It's called The Wedding People. I've got it downstairs because I started reading it last night. I started the first chapter. So I think I'm going to bring that with me to the hairdressers, because I know once my colour is on, Georgie will probably go and have her lunch and get on with some bits. So we won't be chatting, and I think I'm going to use that time to get really stuck into it and give it a good read. But also, while I'm up here chatting with you, I feel like I really want to talk about health and wellness and just kind of where I'm at with that whole kind of topic, I suppose. I think this kind of conversation has come to my mind because
of the reformer classes I've been doing with Grace, and I've actually had quite a few DMs from you guys asking if Grace is taking on any clients, and she isn't yet. She is still very much kind of doing her training, and once she has her exam she will then be ready to kind of plan out what she wants to do, whether she is going to be working in studios in London and doing a couple of days back in Kent. She's not sure yet, so I will keep you posted when she's kind of ready to go. But I think the reformer classes for me, although I've only done 6 classes, it has shifted something in my mind that I think I've been needing for a really long time. And if you've watched the vlogs for a while, you probably are aware maybe that I talk about working out quite a lot, and I go through such phases, especially for the last year. I would say probably since we got Basil, I have found it really difficult to get back to my usual routines when we went through the whole puppy phase, and he was my top priority for a really long time. I then changed my morning routine to fit around him, and because we go on really long walks and, you know, all of these different things, I felt guilty for waking up, doing all of Basil's things, going on his walk, getting him settled, giving him his breakfast, getting ready for the day, and trying to fit in a workout. I felt really guilty for it because I was wasting so much time, and by the time I'd actually sit down to do any work, it would be like 11 o'clock. And I think it's a lot easier to do all of those things in the morning in the summer because it gets lighter so much earlier. And this was I'm kind of speaking about when it was winter, to be honest. I don't really like going out into the woods when it's dark in the morning, so the walk is later in the morning, and I don't know, just all these different things. And to be honest, I felt like I was making excuses, and I kind of was. So I feel like doing the reformer classes with Grace, although we've only had 6 classes together, I just feel like it's switched my brain. It's almost unlocked something that I didn't realise I needed. And honestly, I think there is really something to be said about training, working out, whatever you want to call it, with somebody else. And I know that a lot of people discuss kind of accountability partners when it comes to exercising or going to the gym or whatever it is you want to do. And I really think it's very powerful, and it makes such a difference, because having these classes with Grace and having somebody to push me that little bit further that I wouldn't necessarily do myself, the amount of times I would do fluid form classes with my reformer or mat classes with Bryony at home, and if one of the moves is a bit too difficult, I just don't do it. I just skip it. And I'm honestly embarrassed to say that, but kind of not embarrassed, because I reckon there's a lot of people that do that, and it's having somebody else with you, which I suppose you gain from being at a gym or being in a class where you're in a social setting. You have that, it's almost like a bit of an ego thing where you don't want people to see you failing, so you push through, which in turn is great because you're actually pushing yourself. You've got that self-confidence and that almost like resilience to know that, oh, I'm so proud of myself because I pushed myself through that. And honestly, I think just having these few classes with Grace so far, I feel really, really good for it mentally, and it's made me feel so calm and just kind of like really on top of things and in control. I think because I'm getting up early and we're scheduling in our class 7 AM, I don't want to let her down, so I'm not going to not wake up. I'm not going to, you know, not be ready for when she arrives, and I'm getting up early, I'm doing my workout, I'm getting my walk with Basil in, I'm eating really well, I'm starting my day off on such a good foot. And I think that is what I've been lacking for so many months, especially kind of this winter. I think I fell into a trap of having such a cozy morning and, you know, still getting up early, but it was dark and I'd just be sat on the sofa on my phone or on my laptop, and that was the first thing I did. So I'm really excited to continue on this kind of morning routine style thing, and keep adding to it. And, you know, things will change in the winter. I'm not going to be walking Basil in the morning because it's pitch black and I don't really like the idea of walking in the woods when it's so dark on my own. So I will probably walk him a little bit later. But my brain feels really clear, and I think that is what I've been really missing from not having a bit of structure when it comes to working out. I think health and wellness as a whole, that whole industry, it's huge, and there is so much noise around supplements, food, exercise, what you should be doing, shouldn't be doing. It can be really draining, and it can be such a minefield if you're new to starting something. And I honestly just think stripping it back and going back to basics, which is exactly what I've been doing. I have been cooking everything from scratch. We are having so many more vegetables than we were having last year, just from growing them ourselves. We're growing them, we're going to eat them. Every single meal we're thinking, right, how can we fit more vegetables into this meal? I'm making pestos with like random vegetables and concoctions of things, pasta sauces, and I'm really enjoying it, and I feel so much better for it. I feel like I almost need to write it down with the date so that in the autumn winter, when I start getting into that phase of, oh, it's so dark, I can come back to this feeling. I need to like bottle it up so that future me can take a leaf out of this book, because I know that doing those things, they're such small, tiny things. An hour reformer class is such a small part of my day, but it impacts me the whole day. We finished our class on Tuesday and I was like buzzing with endorphins. I said to Grace, I feel amazing right now. I went and had a meeting, I had such a productive day, and it's almost like a trickle-down effect to the entire month. And although day one of my cycle yesterday, and don't get me wrong, the period pains are severe, I really struggle with them, and I struggle with such bad fatigue. I'm day 2 today and I feel exactly how I did last week. I feel fine. If anything, I feel really energized, which is so good, and I think a real testament to moving my body and eating proper foods and not eating things that are just snacks, and eating real food and real meals. So yeah, I'm feeling good. But anyway, I actually need to go because I've just looked at the clock and I need to get in the car right now. So I will see you at the hairdresser's. Okay, I'm back home. And I thought I would quickly show you my hair. I feel like it's a little bit disheveled because I've just been playing with Basil in the garden, but it's so much shorter. I had quite a lot cut off because I just really wanted all the dead ends gone, and then I can just let it grow out until my next appointment. The funny thing is, I thought I had last been there in February, but Georgie was like, no, you came at Christmas. We had the Christmas tree up. So I must have gone kind of like the second week in December, which is so crazy. But I just had my balayage refreshed slightly. We didn't go as heavy on the balayage as usual because I was really enjoying my colour and I didn't want it to be too different. I just wanted a bit of a refresh. So we just kind of lightened the front pieces and just refreshed the bottom. And I love the toner that she puts on. It's just so creamy. It's got like a really nice ashy feeling to it, but it also feels creamy. And then I also get a root melt as well, just to keep my natural colour at the top and like blend that down really nicely so it doesn't look kind of stripy or anything. And I love it. Georgie just does the best job. She is so fabulous. And I'm super happy with it. Just feels so much fresher and blunt, and I just love a blunt cut. It just feels so fresh and nice. So I'm actually looking forward to styling it in the morning and doing like a proper blow dry and a pin curl and all that stuff. Kind of wish we were going out tomorrow because I'm gonna have really nice hair. But anyway, I'm just about to make a spaghetti bolognese for dinner. I thought I would show you how I make my sauce for spaghetti bolognese. Pretty simple, and I don't do anything super crazy. Yes, you're so cute. I start off by, on a very low heat, just sauteing some garlic. I mince 2 garlic cloves, and then I've just got a little bit of onion in here. I've actually used shallots instead of like normal onions.
So that is all in there. Then I've got some water just boiling ready for the spaghetti. I'm just going to wait until this gets a little bit more brown and then I'll move on to the next step. Right, I've added in my mince and then I'm just going to turn up the heat slightly and just let this brown off in the onions and garlic to get some nice flavour in there. And then I've also got my spaghetti in some salted water. I use Celtic sea salt to salt the water, so that will be in there for about 10 minutes. And in that time, my sauce will be done. I've just added my tomatoes. This is the Heinz chopped tomatoes. I actually haven't tried these before, so I'm intrigued, but I really like the Heinz pasta sauces. The ingredients are really good. Literally 99.8% tomatoes and 0.2% of citric acid, so pretty good. I'm just going to mix this all in together and then start building the flavours of the sauce. I have just added some fresh basil and oregano, and my final secret ingredient is a tablespoon of gravy. I know it's random, but honestly, it tastes delicious. It adds such like a meaty flavour to the sauce and just adds so much depth. So I'm gonna add that in and then we're ready to serve. Day, I have just popped my hair in rollers. I actually used the round brush on my Dyson, which I don't usually use to like blow dry my hair, but I think with the new length it could be quite nice. It won't be too curly, it will just be like a flick. So I've had these in for about 10 minutes and I've done my makeup, so I'm gonna take them out and I thought I would show you what it looks like, and fingers crossed it looks nice. I think having my hair a bit shorter is going to be so much more manageable, because when my hair is long, as much as I really like it long, it's just too much, and certain hairstyles just do not stay in my hair at all. And I just got to the point where I was like, I need to just get a good haircut and then let it grow out. To be honest, it is a little bit shorter than I would have liked. I think I would like it to grow to about here and then I will be super, super happy. But hair grows, it's really not the end of the world. Okay, that's all the bottom rollers. So you see I've just got like a nice little flick going on. I really, really love that. And this is like the hairstyle that I always wanted to achieve with my long hair, but never could because it would just drop and it never looked thick. So I think having a blunt cut and having it that bit shorter has really helped. Even just the thickness, I mean, so good. Okay, there we go. That is my finished hair. Let me know what you think. I love it. I just feel like it's so much more manageable. It feels fresh and bouncy and I really, really like it. I'm super happy. So I just thought I would end the vlog with a nice view of my hair rather than last night when I got back. It was about 6:30. I was playing with Basil. I was so dishevelled. And I'm gonna end the vlog here. So I will see you in the next vlog. Thank you so much for watching.